We're live. All right. Finally. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Friends from Lake say beer. I don't know what that means. Roddy's daughter say how much more Jamaica can beat. How much more Jamaican can beat. I don't know. Don't know what all that is about. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. You get up and get out and go work. You know, and beg nobody nothing, and you're not thieving, then shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Don't let that go over your head. You want good for others as much as you want good for yourself, then you're a good person. Shout out to you. If you're not that, then try your best to become that. We just walk around and just wish good for everybody. Sow some good karma seeds. So it will come back to you and your children and your children's children. Adjust my beliefs that. Anyway, here we are on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Today we call it Hump Day. We're going to get over the hump together. And I'm happy to be here because I'm in one piece. I could be somewhere else. And I am not. I am here. All right. A whole heap of bad place where we could have there. We're not there. We're right here. So regardless of what's going on, we give thanks. We have something to talk about this morning that is very pressing. Yesterday, when I heard that Jamaica has now officially agreed to take, you notice how I just go straight into that. We're not even talking about big up to the people them in the chat and all these things because it's super pressing to me. Shout out to Sean Cassell being the first one in this morning. Norma Jean is here as well. S Diva is in the building. One Meds is in the building. I'm thinking that's Meds Walton, but you keep on, I change up your name. So may I try to keep up with your trends. Nans is in the building. Nans, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Raddy's daughter, big up yourself. Farron is in the building this morning. Farron says, good morning, Flo. Big up to everyone in the chat. There's a lot of people who were in here but are not in here anymore once I selected the option that says green names only. S Diva is in the building. Big up yourself, S Diva. And Marie's Message 411 TV is in the building with us this morning as well. Black Eagle, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Friends from Lake says, no foreign nationals must not come in the country. Why wasn't the Haitians allowed when they fled for safer ground? We're going to get into all of that. Good question, though. And a good place to start as well. Let me see who else is here that we need to big up before we get into that. Friends from Lake, I absolutely love that you said that from the get-go. All right. Senior Sexy is in the building with us this morning. Karen Notice is in the building with us this morning as well. To Irie, big up yourself. Tracy Chin, big up yourself. Manners and respect to you as well, yes. Who else there? Elaine Brown is here. Carissa Smith's in the building as well. Thank you for being here. Jackie C, thank you for being here. Donna Davis, Donna, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. And let's get started. Diana's Turn is in the building. Diana's Turn, welcome to the family. I've never seen that name before. You probably have been around for some time, but I normally recognize the names, even if I don't get to shout them out. And I ain't never seen that name before. So welcome to the family. That's obviously a new face, right? Or you're one of those that got your membership, but you only drop in once a month. Either way, big up yourself. Errol, 876, new member. Welcome to the chat, Errol. Big up yourself. I appreciate your presence here. Let's get right into this because this is so pressing for me. Let's not forget that, I want to clear the screen. Let's not forget that Friends from Lake started out by saying no foreign nationals should be allowed or should come into the country like that because Haiti is right next door. We call Haiti our sister island. And anytime we want stripes and respect, we always say, including our leaders, always say, oh, we wish Haiti all the best and we will help Haiti in any way we can. And we stand in solidarity with our Haitian brothers and sisters. And as soon as they wash up on Jamaica's shores, they are put in a vessel and sent right back to Haiti. You're talking about Haitians who are running for their lives. You're talking about Haitians who are begging, please, just give me somewhere safe to stay. They say, get the hell out. They don't even process them properly. Human rights activists and human rights groups have been looking into this because I guess it's according to international law or Geneva Convention or whatever the case may be. Me no know what, so I'm not going to talk to that angle. But I know there are some laws that says they should at least be processed properly and their cases should at least be looked at individually. You know what I mean? Are you in real danger? What are you really running from? Were you trying to get to Miami and you just, the waves brought you this way kind of thing, you know? Find out where them case maybe. Jamaica don't care. The Haitians go back. I've also seen where Cubans washed up on our shores. The dark-skinned Haitians with the Negroid features and what them call the nappy hair or picky head or the hair hard or whatever you want to call it, coconut brush hair, whatever you want to style it as. The same kind of hair me have and me proud of mine, right? But those are usually sent back with a quickness. Some light-skinned people with some curly hair and some straight hair wash up on the shores, and I watch Jamaican government handle them with white gloves, velvet gloves. They were very soft and very receiving to them. They even made up stories that they are very educated. And anywhere they go, they bring good to that society. To which I said, well, damn, y'all didn't even give the Haitians a chance. How you know it wasn't some auto mechanic or some mechanical engineer among that group or some nurse or some doctor for that matter or anything else? Oh, them just dark skin and a Haitian, them peer trouble come with them and them Obi or voodoo, send them back. Light skin wash up, they could be an asset to us. Where they come from, they're highly educated. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's look into this, right? I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to have to pace myself with this one because I have so much to say. But let's start off on a basis, okay? So yesterday, there I was minding my business when I was notified that Jamaica will now accept. Wow. That Jamaica will now accept foreigners, foreign deportees into the country. Not Jamaican being deported from foreign. Jamaica will now accept foreign deportees into the country. That means people who, according to the United States of America, claim that these countries don't want these people back. So they're sending them to what's called third countries. These are third country deportations. Let me put something on the table for y'all to chew on first. So I went to go look up how many other countries in the Caribbean region has signed this memorandum with the United States of America. Remember, I know the United States of America was in our waters, in our region. I want y'all to open your mind and pay attention. The United States of America was in our waters, in our region, claiming that they were there just to watch these drug boats and make sure that they stop the flow of drugs into the US and all this other stuff. All the while they were there, they staged a heavy military presence there, which ended up with them going into one particular country and taking out their leader and then imposing threats on another country and sliding up close to them with their war machines to show that I'm right here. When I'm ready to come in, I'm coming in. Show of force. It was sold to us, though, as it's just them out there doing their thing in the region. And I said before, this is more than just them out there doing their thing in the region. This is the United States of America flexing its power in that region among all Caribbean countries. Remember when I said the sad truth about this is even if all Caribbean countries united, they still wouldn't have enough resources to fight the United States of America. And some people thought that was weird that I said that. Move on, go ahead, sell out. I'm sure you live over there, make you say that. But if you subtract all that, It's factual. So it's the big, bad, mighty United States of America flexing its power in the region, right? They have an agenda, and the agenda must be fulfilled. I'm just speaking. I know I can't stop nothing, but just I speak. Several Caribbean nations have signed this memorandum, just for everybody to know. Because we're going to talk about Jamaica signing it and what this means for Jamaica and how Jamaica end up signing it. But I want you all to know the full gist of the story. Several Caribbean nations have signed the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOUs, or are in active discussions right now with the United States of America to serve as third countries for deported migrants. These agreements generally establish these nations as transit points while the U.S. arrange their eventual return to their actual country. Let that roll around in your head for a second. So I went and looked, and it said that the Caribbean nations with confirmed agreements or are currently in negotiations, which they're going to end up signing anyways. Andrew couldn't say no, neither will they. Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, Dominica, Dominican Republic, Guyana, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Jamaica. So those are the ones. These agreements vary in structure. For instance, the proposed deal with Jamaica limits transit to 25 persons per fortnight, with no more than 10 migrants held at any given time. I don't know about all that. Let's get into the detail, because a lot of Jamaicans are beating the leaders bad, to include the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Chang. Dr. Horace Chang's administration is facing a lot of pressure to justify Jamaica's involvement in a controversial United States deportee arrangement, as political analysts raise questions about the country's role as a transit point for third country nationals. Minister of National Security and Peace, Dr. Horace Chang, on Tuesday confirmed that the government is negotiating the US-backed arrangements, but said that it is not opening up the country's borders for an uncontrolled migration program. So don't get that into your head, because that's not what it's going to be. In other words, he's trying to say that it's going to be very controlled, very contained, very measured. You have nothing to worry about. You probably won't even see these people. Chang said that the safety and the security of Jamaicans and visitors to the island, as well as its obligations under international law, have guided every step of this discussion on this Memorandum of Understanding between Jamaica and the United States of America concerning third country nationals. Before I go any further into this, right, what I want to know is this. Why is the United States of America finding it necessary to deport people to countries they don't come from? What is that about? Because if you're going to fling them out of your country, right, just fling them out of your country. Why are you sending them to places they don't belong? And I don't believe that it's because their country don't want to take them back. I'm not buying that. The reason why I'm not buying that is because, remember that Jamaican guy that got sent to Eswatini? When he got sent to Eswatini, right, he was on the news in the United States of America as some of the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. We've gotten rid of the worst of the worst. These guys were so bad. What they had done was so horrendously wicked and vicious that not even their own countries would take them back. And I said to myself before I began doing my research, I said, what that the Jamaican they could have do so bad? Because as far as I know, Jamaica has never turned away any of its citizens. And we know people will commit multiple murders overseas, and Jamaica still take them back. You know, when you go court and them give you a plea deal, and you take the plea deal and you do a 20 years back of that, and then when you're done do your 20 years, them fling you out of the country. Jamaica never said no. So I was like, what the hell did this particular Jamaican do for them to reject him? When I went and looked, the Jamaican government responded by saying, we had no idea about our citizen. We did not even know he existed in that realm. We never know that there was a Jamaican being sent to Eswatini. The United States of America did not contact us. We had no such discussion. So I said, this is interesting. Somebody is lying, because how him end up way over there, so and he's on your news as the worst of the worst. His own country wouldn't take him back, and now his own country government is saying, us? No such thing. The Jamaican government actually went and got him out of Eswatini. Shout out to them for that. They actually went and got in touch with the Eswatini government, spoke to them, worked out his release, and had him back in Jamaica. The man was so these people now that they're about to be sending into Jamaica now. Chang said the safety and the security of Jamaica and Jamaica's visitors to the island, as well as Jamaica's obligation under international law, has guided every step of this discussion. Now, I want to ask, isn't there any obligation under international law where Haitians are concerned? Just passing by, leave that. It followed the article published in the Gleaner yesterday that disclosed that the U.S. sent a proposal to the government surrounding Jamaica's acceptance of third country nationals. I want to first clarify, this is Dr. Chang speaking. This is your Minister of National Security and also your Deputy Prime Minister. That is his role or his roles. He said, I want to first clarify that the individuals who may be transferred under this framework, they are not being brought to Jamaica as permanent migrants. These are nationals of other countries other than Jamaica who are being facilitated through a structured process to transit through Jamaica to a third territory, including return to their own home countries. So if you're going to return them to their home countries, why didn't you just do that? Why they need to stop and chill in Jamaica first? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I want to say something to you over experience, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
This is experience, all right? Just listen carefully, yeah?
Yeah.
If we Jamaican, we can't control our own deportee, yeah? Or we gonna control someone else, yeah? System. Or we gonna do that, yeah? We can't. Yeah, I'm talking of experience. When you got deported, yeah, they check you through the airport. You have to go central. Yeah, they check your fingerprint to say if you have any charge in Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. Then they ask you if you have an address. If you don't have an address, they tell you can't help you. When I was there, luckily, yeah, my mom and my family was there to pick me up. Yeah, like seriously. So, you gonna take up some other country people from different places, yeah? I think it's a payout, like some money is running or something. Yeah, it's true, but it's not safe for us, Jamaica. It's not safe. Because how you gonna send away that killer from Jamaica that way, then you're gonna take up some people from nowhere and send them in Jamaica. No. You know, we Jamaica people have to stand up for this. Like seriously.
I agree,
it's true.
I agree.
And just check the level of it, bro. It's not right. In no way, in no form. Check the money from the hurricane. Up to now, people now have no zinc.
Exactly.
They now have no hose. They now have no water. They now have nothing. And you are going to take up people from abroad like 2,005. I don't know how much a week for bring upon the island. I was in Jamaica the other day, rough out there. Yeah? Bad man. Later, yeah? Later. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Boy. Listen, we're going to laugh through this, but we're going to talk sense. He said, I want to first start by clarifying that the individuals who may be transferred under this framework are not being brought to Jamaica to stay here as permanent migrants. I want to remind you all, though, you know, remember the man whose father served in the United States military and his mother was, I believe, a Ghanaian, but he was born on a US post in Germany, and he is now deported to Jamaica, and he is now living off charity and living in homeless shelter and stuff, and he has been there for quite some time. So this thing where they're telling us that these people aren't coming here to be here permanently, they're just sliding through, or they're facilitating a movement until into their own country. If you believe all of this, then you know the bridge they call the Brooklyn Bridge. I got that for you for $44.75. It's a large piece of real estate and you could own it. Hit me up. Jamaica is not, he said, Jamaica is not opening its borders for an uncontrolled migration program. Chang said, confirming at the same time that up to 25 deportees would be sent to the island every 2 weeks. Me not too good at maths, but a 4 week in a 1 month. So every 2 weeks, 25 are come. Hold on. So in a 1 month, we are going to have 50. So in a 4 months, we are going to have 200. Want to see how this going? Okay. So, me don't know. It pains me, man. It really pains me how these people play with the intelligence level of the people. You understand? Don't worry about it. They're only coming in just a little bit of them at a time. How many is it, sir? 25 every fortnight. No, I wouldn't even know what fortnight means. I really use that outside of Jamaica, over England. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning. Don't have much time taking care of the babies. I have to rush. But let us not forget when with the Cuba situation with the doctors, when America came and talked to them, and they say, oh no, they're not leaving. Next thing they left and didn't come back. They can't be trusted. Gone.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get into all that. And remember what I said when they said that? And remember what happened? Because we can see it from a mile away. Why, SouFLo, you always predict them something, yeah, you're always right. I'm not predicting nothing. I'm actually just watching what's happening. And if you watch closely, you can see what the next step is going to be. I already knew this was coming, and I already knew that them couldn't say no. I know that they couldn't say no. You know how they couldn't say no? Watch how Marco Rubio left Jamaica and he left what happened right after. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Big up, SouFLo.
Manners and respect, family. What go on?
There, man. Modern day human trafficking. This.
Modern day human trafficking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Bless up.
Manners and respect. See?
Yeah.
The brother said this is modern day human trafficking. The phone lines are open for those who want to call in. I will use the timer to give everybody 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is a lot of time. You can say a lot. Now, like I said, the way how Marco Rubio came into Jamaica, we're going to fast forward to something else, but walk with what I said. The way how he came into Jamaica, bold and just step in. And I'm telling y'all that I'm a good judge of body language, because me myself move off of energy. You don't have to speak to me. If I step into a space and you're in that space, I can detect if you like me or not as a person, right? I can detect if you are going to be some kind of funny way towards me, like it, and I can explain it too. It could be the expressions of the face. It could be the positioning of your body while I'm speaking. It could be many different things. So I'm watching, and I was like, the whole time I'm watching our prime minister try to explain himself to this man, and his body language was like, on a pardon my language this morning, his body language was like, 2 middle fingers up to you, mother. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm here to lay the smack down, and this is what you're going to follow. And that's what his body language said to me. So when he was done, I said, yo, watch and see what happens next, because Andrew can't say no. But the election was happening and he didn't want to lose that election because majority of Jamaicans are actually akin in stronghold to the Cuban people, right? So he had to play it that way first. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, all right, SouFLo.
Yeah, family.
Everybody call you PMP, and I call you labor right. Right?
Why?
Labor right, SouFLo. You see, you know why you do this? You know why you do this to it? You know why you do this to it? Because you want to get through with all of what you do. All the damage when you do, take away money if you build your house and do all the shit, you know, want nobody to pressure you. So you make sure so you bow. You not get the pay if you do it, you know. You not get no money if you do it.
You might get money,
You
money
just
when
want
you're supposed to help the people them.
No, you get the money there already, but you not get the money for this, you know, for them people that are carrying them. I do a favor because you know, want that the big man, you know, to sanction them. To step on them. So them do that for free. And the idiot them did remember when 10 a year to people them come, they run them with, them stone them send them back, them send it to the Cuban people, but they're going to take in people now it's not for them people.
You know,
for free.
You know, sir, I want everybody to understand this. You see how them go over so go take out Maduro?
Yes.
Them can go
and
and take him out to
that not got to him, no. That not to them.
But I am saying
because they can. He's a piece of work over that, but right, that not to them because
I want to be understood. I want it to be understood that they can do that.
Of course they can.
So that is what them concerned about. That is what that was an example, you know.
You see what they when the money they
Maduro stuff was done as an example to everybody else while they were sending out their warships in the same region. You see what we just did over there? All right, don't let them go to you next. You playing game, game. All right.
And one more thing I say again, is see that man they face or that man they face it ugly when they on the ship with the lady, and face it vex up. And no, they know all of that's not because this one just come into play now. This is something we have to mention to them long time.
Them know.
So them know all of that. So that's why you see of course them know. Them know that long time. So that's why you see someone go so now because he know say, oh, this man not gonna step on my car, no, because I do everything for shooting. Can me tell you this? He step on never that, they step on the car long time in a brush it.
All right.
Yeah? Because them take out my boss. My boss I was Bruce Golden, and take out my boss and put in him. And when they tell Bruce Golden to lift up because I do this type of situation, Bruce Golden just lift up and just give to him. And find him come and be a fuck to the people, and the people can't realize. But good luck to them. Good luck to them, my brother. But them sit down there and look because see, he might run off a people off a land in a country to go build a place. And he might bring in prisoner up on them people. So, I go watch and see what go on. Big up yourself, labor right, SouFLo.
Man has a respect, bro.
All right, cool.
Jerome said, me go full Andrew hold this morning, Jerome. Because my color is green. This is my green screen. And I was going to give you a nice scenery for the backdrop on the big screen behind me, but we couldn't do it because this thing has started to some funny something, so we got to figure that out. And I didn't want to be glitching this morning because I want everybody catch my expressions. I realized that people tune into the video, but they didn't really stay because my movements weren't matching up to the discussion. All right, so anyway, however, University of the West Indies lecturer in the Department of Government, Damian Gordon, said that while he appreciated Chang's attempt to provide some clarity that the proposed deal did not stand on any solid or justifiable foundation. Why are y'all doing this? That's how higher ups who are disagreeing with this want to know. What is the necessity of this? Why are you bringing the... America is not throwing out anybody good, you know. I mean, I say everybody that is getting deported from the United States of America is a criminal because a lot of the people are getting deported from the US because they simply overstayed their time or because something like that, them sneaking out of the country and couldn't get themselves straight and they were eventually caught, right? But Along with that group comes the rapists them and the murderers and the child molesters and the psycho them when need medication to stabilize their mental state and all these things. I remember one time the something did happen the other day where them did so if you take a joke for. Up till now, the conversation sensitive around that. When I remember that, let me drag your memory. When I remember that, and I remember when they said they are sending people and the borders were closed for every country close up them border, right? Seal them border. They threw 2 middle fingers to Jamaica and said, we are send them come there anyways. Andrew never had a choice from back then. Them open it up and take them in. When I remember when them were taking in deportees from the United States of America, but sailors or people who work out at sea, them couldn't come home at them own yard because them stop them out in the water and say, stay out there for a minute till we test and figure out where you have or if you have anything, if you can come here. And the people were saying, but damn, that's my home. Miras, they were even taking in tourists. They were even taking in tourists. Remember the white woman who did a ball for me? She said, it's many times I go on cruise, and I come to Jamaica and it's always hustling and bustling. It's so nice and the energy. And it's weird to come here and it's just us tourists walking around and there are no Jamaicans around. It doesn't look good. Let the people out. They want to come out here and come beg for if we go out that door, go play. Kind of like that kid whose parents let him out to play, but he wants to play with his friend who's the neighbor. But you have to go beg him parents, Miss Smith, can you let Jerome out to play, please? I saw them did lock we up. Oh, no, remember? Y'all forgot. Okay. All right. So they were sending them in. Hear what they said when they were sending them in. We'll send them, but we'll make sure that we don't send anybody who is positive for... That's something there. What did I go wrong? Me did catch it too. Me no wish that upon nobody. Me catch it and I had a long extended strain of it. I mean, I tell you, say, that phrase where they use when them say it feel like an elephant sit down by your chest, exactly where it feel like to me. Honestly, they think me I go dead. But me did I try to keep me calm and not panic in front of everybody. Because it felt like I could not breathe. And then it felt like it wasn't going to go away too. I mean, I said, boy, I don't want them. You know, them did that intubate people. I mean, I said, I don't want them intubate me, you know. Anyway, they told us they would send them in. Jamaica no have a choice. You have to take back your people, them. However, we'll make sure that none of them are positive for the before them reach. What happened when them reach? Oh, don't forget. Me not forget. When them reach, you see, a bag of them positive with the something there. And infect the rest of them where them go around with the something there. And then we had a big breakout of that something there on the island. Y'all forgot. Okay. If you don't think they're sending back priests, well, priests them a touch up people picnic and them something. I mean, I don't know who to use. If you think they're sending back angels or sending angels, deporting angels to Jamaica, Jamaica hold on to these very good people, highly accomplished, well-established individuals, please, and help us to facilitate their return to their glory land or their home of. If you think that's what's going to be happening, all right. Now, when these people get let loose on Jamaica, first of all, when they're in Jamaica, who's going to follow them around? Are they going to be wearing ankle monitors? How are they going to know their whereabouts? I'll give you an example. I'm a serial rapist. I'm getting deported back to my country. US fling me out. Jamaica take me. Jamaica take me and say I'm going to sit here until I am them ready for me to go into my own country now. While I'm here, I feel the urge to rape. How are these people going to be monitored? How are they? Do y'all remember when I said that Jamaica needs a processing place? Those of you who've been with me long enough, do you remember when I said this? I said Jamaica need a processing place. One big building that have different floors. Me walk you through everything I said. A big building that has different floors. I said everybody that's coming into the country needs to be tested straight across the board so we know who's coming back with diseases, who's coming back with diseases that could be easily spread versus non-communicable diseases, who's coming back mentally ill, who's coming back this, that, and the other. I said some of these people served time in prison. They had to be medicated the entire time they were in prison. When they leave prison and go straight to deportation, they don't give you a lifetime supply of the medication you were on before. It's a matter of time before them people start spaz out upon whoever they end up around. I also said the people who went to Jamaica, who went to the US or overseas, and they simply overstayed their welcome there. Because them think them could have worked out a thing, but it never work out. Them get catch and send back at them yard. Them people that you went as a grown person, you know what time it is. You come right back in. You understand Jamaica. You left here as an adult. You know how the place run. You know how to get back your feet on the ground and go look work and these kind of things. Re-establish yourself. Welcome home. I understand you go over there and it never work. You're frigga you, but come back to your yard. You're good, right? Those would be the first set of people to be released. Then there will be a second tier of people now who, them here are the people where it's going to take some more time to process them, because these people probably left when you were 10 years old and you are 45 coming back into Jamaica and you have never been back since you were 10. You don't understand Jamaica at all. You don't know where I'm going around here. So you need some orientation. You need some guidance. You're going to need some extra help. You're going to need something. So them supposed to place the people back them in a society. And then there will be another tier now. These are hardened criminals. People who did time overseas for murder. People who did time overseas for extensive periods in other people's prisons. Child molesters and the rapists them and the murderer them, and that they are the file you come back in our country with. You're the on third floor. You are one of the last somebody to leave this building, because we have to process you back into the country properly. Y'all remember when I said that? Okay, so now we have these people. I want to see what the processing is going to be like. I want to know where they're going to be held. I want to know how they're going to be monitored. Are they going to have on GPS monitoring? How we are going to know when time one of them decides say want jump wall and go rape two people over there, because this ain't my country and it's going to be hard to track me. They don't have my biometrics. So me soon leave here anyways, because I'm passing through. How y'all think this could be good for Jamaica? This can't be good for Jamaica. But at this point, Chang's job is to sell us whatever the hell is coming down the pipeline, and Andrew's job is to do the same, because the two of them can't say no. That is the truth. He called the proposed deal a furtherance of the Donald Trump administration's radical anti-immigration policy that disproportionately targets immigrants of color from Africa and Central America. That is what the individual, the University of the West Indies lecturer in the Department of Government, Damian Gordon, said. He said, I understand what you're saying, Mr. Chang. I understand you try smooth it over and talk about it. Don't worry, it's not a lot of them. It's only going to be 25 of them every fortnight. But what I say to you, sir, is every fortnight is every 2 weeks. So if we get 25 every 2 weeks and a 4 week in a 1 month, that means we get 50 a month. That means in a 4 week time, we have 200 of them run up and down around the place. That means in a 8 month time, you see how that go. We have 400 of them run up and down over the place, and it will multiply and multiply like that. He also have a place, he said. We have a place. We have to place this proposal deal within the border context of discriminatory policies towards certain groups, predominantly from third world African and Central American nations, the same place where my boy they did call shithole countries. And the context to which Jamaicans' involvement as a transshipment point could be seen as complicit in this discrimination or unfair and unequal treatment of certain groups of people. Gordon asserted that this is because there has been concerns that many of the people who are being deported, they have also been denied their due process in the United States of America. You know, you're supposed, remember me telling you the other day, I used squash case as an example. And I said, other people who are caught up like Squash with the same offense, if them not have the money, forget some top lawyer on them side. Dog, nyam your supper, because they don't have to. The law says you're supposed to get your due process. But when they drag you to that airplane and fling you upon it and them take you up out of here, good luck fighting for due process from one next country. You can stay over there all you want to and said, they sent me here, man. I didn't even get to go to court. I was supposed to get to go to, my paperwork is in. My paperwork been in. I was waiting on a decision. You're going to be saying that from outside of the country and you can't get back in. And that's been happening a lot. So this is what he's saying. Why does Jamaica want to position themselves to be complicit to the ill treatment and the violation of rights of these people? He said some were rounded up by ICE agents and they were separated from their families and they were detained and they are being sent to countries with which they have no ties. And it is against their wishes and against their families' wishes to be sent to these places. They might even be sent to places where their kind is not even liked or welcomed there. Gordon argued that this raises ethical concerns about the fair and humane treatment of third world nationals. And he noted further that these arrangements often involve poor third world countries and not the wealthy European nations, of course, because you don't see any of them going through this. And as quiet as it's kept, a whole heap of white people there here in the United States of America that are illegal immigrants. I don't know why a lot of you think there aren't. He said this is further proof of the discriminatory nature of the policy and how the third world is broadly perceived by US relative to Europe. I also cannot understand the basis for Jamaica being used as a transshipment point if the deportees are not stopping over. Why not just deport them to their native countries? You're saying they're only stopping over and then they're going to go to their native countries. Who's supposed to buy that? Why is it necessary for them to stop over? Why not just straight send them to, isn't it going to cost you more resources, more time, more money, etc., than to do a straight deportation? Why not just deport them to their native countries as has always been done? Do we have the infrastructure to support this complex operation that we've agreed to now? Why wasn't the public consulted on such a radical policy matter? Why wasn't the Jamaican public consulted? Well, sir, you ask why wasn't the public consulted? Them not consult the public about nothing. The Jamaican government don't consult the public about nothing. That's one thing about our government. Two things. One, they have never been wrong. And I've said this before. Any person or body of people or whatever, organization, group, or individual that can never admit to ever being wrong is somebody that I have a deep gripe with and I always watch with a funny face. They've never been wrong. They will never admit to ever being wrong about anything. That's one. And two, the people who elected them, they don't consult with the people who elected them. They do what they want to do, and the people who elected them have to just live with that. That is a weird way of governing concerning it is the people who elected them. And the people can unelect them and go elect somebody else. Anyway, he said by facilitating the U.S. migrant transit deal, Jamaica risk violating international human rights frameworks, risk damaging its global reputation, and risk exposing itself to serious future legal and moral challenges. There may be an economic rationale, but this issue is fundamentally and humanitarian and moral and a moral one. And we have to tread carefully, or this may become a defining moment for the country and the government, and not necessarily in a good way. Professor of the Caribbean Sustainable Development at the University of the West Indies, Anthony Clayton, he noted that in most cases, the people who are being deported, they have applied for asylum in the United States of America, but they have been rejected or they have committed offenses such as a visa violation. He said in the past, people would have ordinarily been deported to their own country of origin, except in cases where it was clear that they would face persecution or death if they were sent back to their country. He said that under new policies, the Trump administration wants a faster, cheaper process with fewer opportunities to challenge particular deportations in order to accelerate the rate at which undocumented immigrants and failed asylum cases could be shipped out of the country. And they're using Jamaica to help to facilitate that. Clayton said to cut repatriation costs, the U.S. leverages development assistance or political support to incentivize receiving nations to accept these deportees. Let me say that for you again, slowly. To cut repatriation costs, the U.S. leverages development assistance, like how the hurricane liquid the other day and them give us some millions for help with it. Yeah, they leverage development assistance or political support to incentivize receiving nations to accept these deportees. Remember, you just got hit hard with a hurricane of Category 5. You seen all the help that we sent for you, right? We sent tons and tons of aid in those big cargo planes. Not to mention, we gave you the most cash out of any nation. Remember? Okay, so now we want you to take these people. You think them can say no? You name off the whole of the people them food what them offer you. You think you can say no when your belly full? The TCN agreement has been controversial because people are deported to countries where they do not have citizenship, where they do not have any family, where they have no connections, no history. In some cases, they do not even speak the language of the receiving country, and they do not understand their legal rights once they are there. And there are reports from the United Nations and other agencies that some have been badly treated, some have been tortured, sent on to countries where they feared persecution or death. He said that there are several questions that still have to be clarified, to include what benefit will Jamaica receive in exchange for supporting the US's TCN program and hosting these deportees? What is the benefit that is supposed to come to Jamaica from this? He asked, given that Jamaica would have no control over the US end of the program, how could the government ensure that Jamaica does not facilitate cases of human rights abuse? Because basically, them don't have no way of vetting if this person is a human rights abuse case or this person's rights have been trampled upon. They're just going to be taking who the US is sending. The professor added that given that most of the deportees are only supposed to remain in Jamaica for approximately a month, where would they be sent after that? Because that is what they're coming in hot telling us, right? Oh, don't worry. It is all under control. And they're only passing through and we're only facilitating their journey back to their own land. They'll only be here for about a month. So when they start multiplying 25 every fortnight, 50 a month, for the rest of it, understand. 50 a month, 102 months. 50 a month, 100, 150, 204 months. When them start multiply like that now, where are they going to go? Except for pile up in Jamaica. And we get hit with another excuse. Well, you know, the process isn't going as fast as we had expected it to go. There has been a snag. There has been a delay, a slight delay, but we are still actively very much working on trying to get them out of here. That time them still come 25 a fortnight, you know. Them still a reach Jamaica 50 a month, same way. It is possible to be confident, he said, that they can be sent on at about the same rate at which they arrive. So if them come in 25 a fortnight, they should be going out 25 a fortnight. If what you're saying to us is true, it done gone bad already, and it done accept the deal already, and you can't say no. So they're coming in. But don't piss power head and tell us it's raining or it's sprinkling, drizzling outside, and it's about to start raining when you know it's piss. Because you know that at the rate they're coming in, that number is going to build up very fast. And you also know y'all will not be processing them that fast heading out. But let's be honest from the beginning. That's what the professor is saying. He said, at the same time, opposition spokesperson of Foreign, Regional and Diaspora Affairs, Senator Donna Scott Motley, is demanding that the government urgently clarify all the details of this arrangement. She feel like we need to know, the public needs to know, give it all of the details, emphasizing that the deal significantly impacts national sovereignty, immigration policy, security, public resources. Scott Motley questioned whether cabinet had authorized any discussion and who initiated these discussions. She called for full transparency regarding the criteria for accepting non-nationals into the country, their legal status, transit duration, and safeguard protecting Jamaica's interests. The Jamaican people are entitled to a clear and timely explanation of all of this. I'm afraid they won't get one though. Oh no, see the other day I went on the big sinting pull up. One I wanna say, oh, I heard that Jamaica bought it. And me did answer and say, oh, someone is a fool. Jamaica bought what? Jamaica can buy that. If Jamaica even buy that, you know, say a plane fly off of that. Warplane fly off of that. Go drop bomb and come back. Drop fighters and come back. Which plane Jamaica have to fly off of that to go fight war? You know, say I pull the people and pull up to make you know, say, them there. And them call some of your leader, them, hey, come here, come inside, we have a meeting in here, so we don't want to come out there to you, you come in here to us. And if that's so, them go learn what's going to happen next. That's why Beer Screwface come out. In there, they went to go learn what was going to happen next. And they got told what was going to happen next, and now it is happening. Don't you think it's quite coincidental that the big sin thing that just left, oh, it's on its way to be retired. It's making its last round. Isn't it funny? The chain of events, warship pull up. First of all, them out in our waters, Category 5 hurricane liquid. After all the top meteorologists them track it and then lose it and then watch it, do some weird something and go on next way and go back on next way, sharp turn, late. Stuff that every one of these experts says, that's not normal. One has never done that. That looks more controlled. And then we have warship pull up. We have upper camp catch a fire. We have the whole island blackout. It's just a series of events behind events that they're pissing on our head and calling it rain and telling us that it's raining, and we're accepting it. I mean, I know we can't do nothing about it, but we can at least admit to each other, say, something don't look right, man. Something don't look right. I guess we're in that time where we don't have a choice. We're in that time where certain people are imposing their will, their way, and they're going to get their way regardless of what we have to say about it. Where will they be housed? Isn't it supposed to be around 10,000 of these deportees heading to Jamaica, says Rosalie Fair? Well, Rosalie Fair, these are the things that I talk about over here, right? Where I say that some of these people who call themselves bloggers and vloggers, if they would just stick to credible information, because you know them take it and run with the story, and here we go sensationalizing it. Like I've explained to my audience before, a story will happen. A man walks into a store, he fires 2 shots. One hits the store owner, one hits the wife. The wife survives. They're both hit in the leg. Here in Philly vlogger them now. When they went into the store, the man them have some big heavy gun, big long extra clip. We said them full up the place of bullet, and all in the man face about 17 shot, and him brain fly gone back on the wall and just bare extraness. As soon as they said the deportees are going to be coming to Jamaica from the US, somebody run out and said, the truth now going to get whole heap of views. 10,000 are on their way and headed there. So you have to be careful who you get these information from. Now, it's kind of scary too, because we can't trust who is in charge, because then we downplay it, and then next thing we turn around and 10,000 stand up there for real. Kind of like how the Cuban doctor situation went. Remember? Oh no, they're not leaving. It's just a coincidence. Everybody is looking and saying, how is a coincidence, sir, when time the man left yesterday and today we see the airport full up with the whole of the doctor. Which part the doctor and the nurse them from Cuba going? Listen, they were on contract, okay? Calm down. Remember that? Calm down. They were on contract and their contract had expired. Nothing different than what we've done before, so they had to go for others to come. Let's say a line about tell we so see. See we here? See we here? Memorandum signed now with Africa, Ghana, 400. I'll tell you. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. You doing, man?
I'm a good family. What go on?
It's not a know what they are. See the news. Jamaica can accept some deportee. Anybody, actually?
Yes. Anybody. Like how you put that. Anybody.
Me could believe it. When me see, I have to take a second look. I have to go other news station or whatever. Blogs for look to see if a real thing. And that's true.
Yes, it's true, man. It's very true. That's what I'm going through this morning. I'm going through all the information that has been given by our leading officials, so everybody is on the same page with some credible information. So the blogger them now inundate, bombard the people them with fake information. 10,000 coming in hot and all these other kind of things. I want to
SouFLo
understand it.
This answer I question them. What we did want. We need no more answers. The ship will come and everything.
Right,
everything will happen. America, I tell we say, and the West Indies say, me a boss.
Me run this.
Don't forget that.
Me run this.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, me run this and me have an agenda and I go play along.
Yeah, I'm looking at where I come from, Honduras, the president went take up. Where you come from again? Venezuela. Yes, that's when the first.
Yeah,
go over there. Him go over there and take off him tall belt and beat him.
In front of everybody.
I said, look. That's how I mean.
Exactly.
A bully. America. A president Trump. I say America. I said Trump. Him a bully the Caribbean. You know what I mean? He's a big bully. Yeah, you see, in school, watch the documentary for him when he was school, he must actually be a bully. Yeah, running mouth and them what thing there. So someone do it now as a president, do the same thing as a president. You know what I mean? And me shape, and Johnson on a body, you know. If I mean a power, and the next man come to me and say, I will shut him out, make a talk, and you listen. You know, and that's actually happening, you know. A man can put in now, he can't talk, but he not really talk. But everything I'm gonna say, I have to suit America, don't.
Brother,
so I really can't talk.
Let me not go too far back on what I said not too long ago. I said I used to cuss Andrew Holness a lot, right? But you see this administration here, we're in a power right now in the US. You see how the man flex radical like no other has ever before him. He actually taught me a lesson. So when we look at Andrew now, I look at Andrew like he's powerless, really, because boy, some big heavy sword that swing out there. And it's hard to ask somebody to run up in a sword blade and get chopped up. And Andrew, he might try balance the thing and do what him to do. He compromised too, because they can come in and really dig and expose. So right now, he must play a game to save himself. At the same time, it's a delicate balance because he must like save Jamaica at the same time, else his reign of power is over.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a delicate balance for him.
I'm not something so for you. Believe in a rehabilitation?
If I believe in a rehabilitation?
Yes. It's like a man can commit some crime and go to prison and rehabilitate and come out and be a brand new man.
Absolutely.
You believe in anything there?
Absolutely. People change, man.
Someone don't understand it because you tell a man that they say things will never change. Black people would never unite and become a whole and fight against injustice against them. And tell a man what they know.
You're asking about an individual versus an entire nation of people. That is
Are the same thing,
brother. No, it's not.
Are the same thing.
It's not the same thing. You are free to think how you want to think. Good luck getting 50,000 people to think the same way you think and move in the same accord. And that's just 50,000.
It's not going to be everybody, you know. But it can be happening. Look on Carter, free artists, and do it, you know.
In the what?
Gaza nation and some set of people were loyal to Carter to a far. When you Carter say a cake soap in use and bleach in face, people actually want me never believe, right? But people actually are consider say one if it's true. You know what I mean?
You have 30 seconds left, bro.
You see? You know, I'm finished now.
Everybody gets 5 minutes. That's what I'm saying now.
One thing I like we do, I tell the man calling say them not no hope, just go in formation and just go with the flow. I can't tell a man them that. Like there's no hope. He's a black man. Your hopes dashed. There's no hope for you. No man. People can just like you can rehabilitate one single man. You can rehabilitate a nation. Same way.
All right, my brother, and me like how you said that. Time up, but I'm gonna expound upon that.
All right. Good.
All right. So the man said, "No, let me finish." I try to tell him said that is what I said when we started. Right, that goes for everybody. It's 5 minutes on the clock, and I've given 5 minutes to everybody who has called so far. Just all of them never use up them 5 minutes. Seeing, but me don't know what him I talk about, but when people call here, them don't get no hope on me. I tell them, say, anybody with common sense will know, say, you are free to think your own thought. And it's much easier to control your own thoughts now to try to get an entire nation of people or the majority of an entire nation of people to think on one accord and move on one accord. That is something that is almost impossible to do. So I don't know which part him not understand that. Anyway, back over here, we are talking about still the same topic. No deportee flood. According to Chang, Minister Chang has heard that 10,000 are supposed to be heading our way, that talk, because people are putting that out. And he has also answered to that, where he said that there will only be Minister of National Security and Peace. Oh, wow. Him title get longer and longer. Dr. Horace Chang on Tuesday rejected reports that Jamaica is in discussions to accept up to 10,000 deportees from the United States. However, Dr. Chang did confirm that talks are underway for Jamaica to participate in a third country national or TCN agreement, which will see not more than 25 individuals from that program at any one time. He also said on the other report that it will be 25 per fortnight. That's every 2 weeks. But if you watch the numbers, it's going to add up pretty fast. especially if they're not able to get them out at the same rate they bring them in. We're going to have a whole heap of them in Jamaica right now. So first, the report is false, he said. There are no intentions to bring 10,000 illegal immigrants from the United States here. Who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, he said that the numbers involved will be under 50 per fortnight. Oh, now we gone under 50. Yo, hold up, pay attention. Hold on. So yesterday them say it's 25 per fortnight. Today him say the numbers involved will be, I'm reading this and I'm taking this straight out of the Jamaica Observer. The other one was from the Jamaica Gleaner. I like to cite my sources so people don't come talk about me. I twist up the information, you can find it yourself. The numbers involved will be under 50 per fortnight, he said. So we're going from 25 and under per fortnight to under 50 now. Ross. All right. And he said they are designed with United Nations International Organization for Migration, which is working with a country. So they will be sent on to their own countries. They don't know when. They will be sent on to their own countries, though. The minister has responded to a question from the floor during the 11th biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference at Montego Bay Convention Center. Event participant Clive Saunders had sought clarification on discussions that were sparked by the Jamaica Gleaner's report that was published on Tuesday, which is the one I just read to you, where the number was 25 and under per fortnight, or 25 per fortnight. And now we reach under 50 per fortnight. Want to pay attention. Most concern surrounded fear that thousands of people who are convicted of crimes in the United States of America who are not Jamaicans could end up in Jamaica on our island shores. Now, if this is true, what are the benefits to Jamaica of this move? And what are the potential safety security implications? If it is not true, it is something that is likely to be considered in the future. Question. Now, in response, Dr. Chang told the conference that the arrangement currently under consideration relates to the temporary processing of individuals under a broader regional framework. You know how them talk already. Go round and round in a circle. The man asked one simple question, you know. And here we go now, about under consideration related to temporary processing and under broader free regional framework. Bro, just answer. Is it something that is possible in the future according to what y'all spoke about? In another meeting that we never in. Is a yes or no? So just come out and say, well, you know, there could be, that could happen, but in response, Dr. Chang said, what we are discussing and what I have agreed to is this whole question of third country nationals that may have to transition to Jamaica. They have negotiated with a number of countries in the Caribbean like Costa Rica, Panama, Belize, St. Kitts, Antigua, and others. And the essence is that those who are going into the United States as illegal immigrants, before they stay there to appeal for asylum, they send them to a third country where they'll be sent on to their own home country afterwards. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense. I mean, no say I know me alone in here have little sense, but that don't make no sense. Let me read again. He said, they have negotiated with a number of countries in the Caribbean, Costa Rica, Panama, Belize, St. Kitts, Antigua, and others. I told you that before. And the essence is that those who are going into the United States as illegal immigrants, before they stay there to appeal for asylum, they send them to a third country where they'll be sent on their own back to their own country. The Deputy Prime Minister emphasized that the numbers involved would be minimal and it would be tightly managed, and he argued that there are safeguards in place if the volume of deported foreign nationals become the cause of concern. So in other words, we're not too sure if at that number or if it's going to stay there. So that is what we have agreed to at the starting of this. However, if the numbers start blow up to where people have a concern, we have something in place to handle that too. I would have asked him how them having a place to handle that. I would also ask him if he realizes that these numbers could add up pretty quickly. And with them not being able to give you an out date for these people, as in a day they would be leaving Jamaican soil, and you not being able to control when they leave, how are we going to handle that when they start to pile up in Jamaica? He said that this is a transnational moment for a small number of migrants. It's an MOU, a memorandum of understanding. Hey, sir, stop the long talking. We already know all of that. If some choose to stay in Jamaica and pay attention, uno. If some of them choose to stay in Jamaica and to apply for asylum here, which they can do under international law, then the program stops. So there will never be more than 25 people in Jamaica at any one point in time. Chang don't know what the Rasta going. Him don't know what going. Either him know what's going on and he's trying to sell us something else. But if you listen to this can't make no damn sense to you. Check it out. We now know that they can also apply for asylum to stay in Jamaica, right? If they apply for asylum to stay in Jamaica, because if me a bad boy in my country, I'm a killer pussy over there, so, and them did have me in America, I'm go to America, I'm get catch, I'm did try asylum there, and they wouldn't keep me there, but them send me go to Jamaica, Ross. Me end up on one of the country them that's in my bucket list. I've always one love, one heart, a time for red stripe beer and ackee and saltfish and some big body girl. I think I'll file for asylum here. I don't want to go home because they're still looking for me. Many of these people are going to be filing for asylum in Jamaica. Many of them are going to be filing for asylum in Jamaica. And when them file for asylum in Jamaica, China is trying to let us know that, well, if they file for asylum, there's a legal process that's going to happen, which is going to stop them there until they go through the legal process, which means America can't send any more in until we get rid of this batch of 25 first. You're lying because you're out of your own same mouth. You just said under 50. Why would you say under 50 but then say 25 at a time? Where under 50 come from, Mr. Chap? And then you're going to say 25 at a time. You think people chopping? If it was 25 at a time, you would have said under 30. Not under 30 man saying, under 40 man saying, I'm saying under 50. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, my brother.
Walk on, my brother. Mervyn, morning.
What blessings. Boy, we're up on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're near Fort Leonard. You know, if it's an hour now.
See it.
All right. Hear me thing now.
Mm-hmm.
The other countries, bigger countries of the world, them have immigration policies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them actually establish quotas to control diversity. So if you look on them various bulletins that they put out, they will say we have a visa line and every country of a certain makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Them only release certain amount of people per year. Even if you're there illegally or you're coming in through a legal process, what them do is that them say, to become a part of their society legally, what they do is that they establish percentages and quotas. So because, for example, China have the biggest population, them no one just say 1% of China. What they say is 1% of immigration. So similarly, they must do that to make sure so they control the amount of diversity. So you don't get overrun with Mexicans compared to their population or Chinese. Nothing personal against no race.
Right.
You see?
Right.
All right. So Jamaica don't have that. Jamaica just take everybody. Remember me tell us we have some people who have a CDE student that try to run an A game.
Right.
You see, so the challenge that we're going to have down the road, you realize what's going on with the Chinese? People don't understand, say, over time, what's going to happen is that we're going to have some little Chinatown if we continue taking all these Chinese projects. So over time, our population are going to get diverse in a certain direction. Now, if we start take people from all over the world, last year, more than almost 3,000 people look citizenship by descent. That means Jamaicans abroad, connected up to grandfather stage. We're setting up ourselves, you know. I mean, I say the program can't work, you know. But we're set up ourselves in a certain way in terms of diversity. That's one. The other thing also is that if you really think the person who you are come, I know your best. I know your best I come from. I know this the people.
That's what I said earlier too. That's what I said earlier. It's not the best.
Yeah, it's not the best that is coming. So we have to look at these things. And also, we can't even complete one hospital where the Cornwall Regional for almost a decade. And we can't, let me say it the other way. The first world countries can build a hospital in 9 months and build immigration facilities, detention facilities in months. And we can finish a hospital in 10 years to satisfy the needs of our own people. So we're going to house these people. You see, where the money are going to go? It are going to evaporate like anything else.
Wow.
Anyway, my brother, as food for thought for the others. I'm not opposed to things. A person will always look for direction.
Right.
And so, well, boy, anything for the betterment of our thing.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to put guardrails around these people. Them people in the leadership, the way all them are going, brother, is like, say, if you notice, the man all talk about, say, go back to the people. If somebody are run from persecution, or you send him back to feed country.
Exactly. Exactly. And he just said out his own face that these people have rights under international laws that they in Jamaica have to adhere to as well, which me did ask earlier. So don't those laws include the Haitians? Because I want to send them back real quick. But you're going to be holding on to these people and talking about they have a right to file for asylum in their when they're in Jamaica. Basically,
how do we vet them?
Boy, talk to Mervin, because we're getting
yeah. How we vet them? Hold on. May I say, and you have two sides to asylum, you know. In the sense that a man a run from persecution or a man in a bagga. You get me? Your enemies search for you wherever you are. You see, no borders, no there, because if that were so, then other countries, US and others, wouldn't they look at this as a third country thing? They want to control who, because they want to sanitize them society. So similarly,
so are we being used as a dumping ground then?
So that is the question. Because it should stand to reason that we should have some form of way to say, we're not going to take John. Because we have good ways to establish so well, boy, him not in line with our society. And you yourself has established that as a benchmark. Because you don't want him. You see, and if you want him higher, say, okay, there is a process, and that's okay. If we're going to keep him now, what we're going to keep him, are we going to keep him as a prisoner or a free roamer to come infiltrate our society with whatsoever he is running from? Because as I said, and everybody who seek asylum are good at two shows.
Or either or.
You see me? Anyway, my brother, I will keep an eye upon it. I will press our leaders. Yeah, man.
Manners and respect.
Cool. Yeah, blessing.
All right. 1 minute shy. All right. Let's finish out this part. So he said that it's a transnational. This is Dr. Harsh Chan saying that this is a transnational moment for a small number of migrants. It's an MOU or Memorandum of Understanding. If some choose to stay in Jamaica, apply for asylum, which they can do under international law. Live on air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo. Good morning, my brother.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Man, this topic you're on is so hurtful to me, man. Why are we like this? This prime minister in is Barbados on the list?
Barbados is not on the list.
Right.
Yeah. And
I think this prime minister, no disrespect, have more balls than all the other Caribbean people, man.
Who you talking about? Barbados, Miss Motley?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people said that Miss Motley should be like, we should just put the whole Caribbean as one country and put Miss Motley as the leader. That's what a lot of people have been saying.
That's no joke, man.
Yeah.
Because we have pure weak-kneed men leading the Caribbean, man.
You know, brother.
Look at America. America have the resources to build whatever they want. They have more vast land space to build whatever they want. So why they can't build place to put these people and when they're ready, they send them back where they want to send them? Why we have to be involved?
This is a show of force. This is a show of power.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is me imposing my will upon you, and you will do it. And I'll leave my mark like this too. Yeah, those.
So once those people get to Jamaica, it's gonna be hell to get them to where they're going. You're gonna hear this happen why they never left last week. Next 30 days they're gonna leave, and something gonna happen. They're gonna be there.
That's exactly what I said, and I look forward
to
exactly that happening. Dr. Harsh Chan is trying to paint a picture now that there will never be more than 25 at a time on the island, and as 125 leave, then another 25 will come. We all know that that is not what's going to happen, especially if they're coming in at the rate of 25 every fortnight, and then him slip up and go say it's under 50 every fortnight. So now we really don't know how many are going to be coming in every fortnight. Because one time him say 25, now him say is under 50. And there's a big difference between 25 and 49.
SouFLo, you know they're not going to give us the full truth. They're not going to give you, they're not going to give you enough what they want to tell you. The other stuff them that why because who knows this? You remember those people that was sent to, I think that guy did sent to El Salvador?
Yeah.
Wrongly?
Yeah.
You see how long it take them to get him back?
Right. And there are
even the one that you spoke to about this morning, the Jamaican one, you see how long what happened to get him back?
To get him back.
Right. So once they're out of America's soil, you know, that's it. That's it.
Yep.
It's somebody else's problem.
Yep. And it's gonna be ours.
Yeah.
It's somebody else's problem. It's just that this one is gonna be our problem. Poor Jamaica, we can barely solve all our other problems. Them already go take up this your problem for ourselves now. This is gonna be our problem.
There's nothing in this for us. Nothing.
Remember when the Jamaican guy got sent to Eswatini? Remember, it was the
Yes.
Jamaican government that had to go talk to the leaders or whoever is in charge over at Eswatini, find his whereabouts, find the conditions he were in, see if they were good conditions, if he's being abused or whatever, and they had to negotiate his release and his return to his homeland, right?
Exactly.
You remember where them did have the man?
That's what I'm talking about.
Prison. They had him in a prison, and when the Jamaican government called to find out, they said to the Jamaican government, he is in a location where men who have committed other crimes like what he has committed are also housed there. I said, okay, so he's being held in a maximum security prison.
So when he left here, when they sent him there, did he left from here from a prison to a prison?
When that man left here to go there, that man left as a free man who was in a
exactly. So why you put him back in a prison?
In a master's degree program. He done doing time he did his time in America as he earned his freedom under an educational program where he showed that he was a stellar individual and high achievements, and then let him out. Him get him associates and him bachelors, and then after they let him out, he continued on with his life, and he was in his master's degree program when they interrupted that and just scoop up the man and send him go over Eswatini. And then when he reached Eswatini, they said to the U.S. government, what was he ever in prison in the U.S. for? They said murder from a long time ago, though. They said, okay, we'll house him with murderers again. Boy.
Oh my God. I tell you, man, I love this country, but there's some things I glad the way you instilling people to make sure you have peace of heart, because trust me,
yeah,
we not safe.
None of us are.
We not safe.
None of us.
We not safe.
None of us.
All right,
my brother.
Keep up your good work, my brother.
Manners and respect, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. None of us are safe. There's another video coming out later on today where we'll dig up some immigration stuff and did a video on it. You will find out that none of us are safe, because there's a whole other agenda going on, and this one is actually targeting those of us who are naturalized citizens. But we're going to talk about that on a different page. Let's finish up this first. So he said that in seeking to allay fears, Dr. Chang pointed out that other Caribbean countries are doing this too, including Costa Rica, Panama, Belize, St. Kitts, Antigua. They have already signed those paperwork onto the TCN program, right? So he's trying to have us feel like, hey, don't feel like you're alone, or we're doing something that nobody else is doing. Other Caribbean islands are doing it too. I don't know if that's supposed to be some level of comfort. Let me pause right here and say this. As an immigrant myself, who is living in somebody else's country, I don't want it to be misconstrued that I am anti-immigrant or anti-persons moving around on Earth. Because I honestly think we're all citizens of Earth, and we should be able to go without borders, different parts of Earth, because God created Earth and created us and gave us dominion over Earth, right? But man, come down here, come make up, draw a line and make up map and make up them laws and say, you need this to come here, so and that to come here. So I don't want people to think, look at you, you're sitting in the United States of America. You weren't even born there. You're a Jamaican. And you mad because foreigners are going into Jamaica? No, I'm concerned about the conditions under which these foreigners are entering Jamaica, because none of them planned to go to Jamaica. Jamaica wasn't on their list. And they're not sending the best of the best people. And these people are being forced to go to Jamaica. Now, some people can be super vindictive when you are forcing them to do things they didn't want to do. My concern is that they'll go to Jamaica and they'll take it out on Jamaica. My other concern is that Jamaica might get a set of problems where we might get some high-tech criminals. Let's face it, the United States of America is way ahead in crime fighting tactics than Jamaica is, right? So if you get somebody, a highly skilled criminal who is used to like the American way, and he goes to Jamaica, he's gonna look at Jamaica like, this is a freaking walk, this is a pushover. Hold up. They don't, when they bring you in for a crime, they don't even take your fingerprints. Bro, I could leave from Manchester, go to Clarendon, and leave from Clarendon, go to St. Anne, and leave from St. Anne, go to St. Mary, left from St. Mary, go to St. James. We can run around the place, you know. And if we do something over here, so they in Jamaica, them actually have to put in an order and get permission to have somebody biometrics taken. It's not like in the US. If I'm speeding in Florida, they got what's called a super speeder ticket now. Super speeder ticket, you get one of those, you have to be arrested. So for those of you who live in Florida and never know that, that's why Shakari Richardson was arrested the other day. She trains here. She has a home here. She took her new car out on the road and did a zing, zoom, zam, zam, and then pull her over. And she was like, officer, please, officer, I'm going to live. Please don't arrest me. And he was like, listen, under super speeder law, which is a new law, we have to arrest you once you go over certain miles per hour. There she was in front of the camera like this. Fingerprint, face, eye scan, everything. Jamaica don't roll like that. Jamaica does not roll like that. And all it takes, right, is one or two. And remember, we're getting them at least 25 per week, per fortnight. That's 50 a month at a minimum. That's what I get from this. All it takes is at least one or two. And the one or two link up with the next one or two. And all hell broke loose or break loose in that island. Are these people going to be vetted in a way where we know what they're working with, as in if they're carrying any kind of diseases? Who are coming in HIV positive? I know we have a whole heap of little loose man about the place too. Oh, girl, me love him accent. You know, say how far him come from. Him probably have money, you know. And she don't know, say I deport him, and him are supposed to be staying over in Jamaica. Him decides say more file asylum and Tanya, so anyway. One AIDS patient turned to next AIDS patient turned to... Only better be careful. In a press release that was issued later in the day, the security minister stressed that Jamaica's sovereignty had not been compromised during this ongoing discussion with the US, and he claimed that neither has the government ignored its duty to the Jamaican people. He said that we were clear about our national interests and relied on our experience over many years in managing international migration matters to inform our position throughout the negotiations. Yeah, just like how you were clear about the relationship you had with the Cuban doctors and medical staff, just like how you did clear about that. Yeah, you can't clear all the clear you want, clear certainly clear out the whole land and nothing left there. But when time big America say, stick broken at them ears, they don't hear nothing what you have to say. Their will is imposed. You will do as they say. So tell us whatever you want to tell us, Mr. Chang. I understand say you're under pressure too. This is a MOU, he said again, and not a binding agreement. The MOU is not a binding agreement. It's a memorandum of understanding. It is the memorandum of understanding that got the Cuban doctors and Cuban medical staff to work with Jamaica for half a decade. It is the same memorandum of understanding that got the Ghanaians sending hundreds of nurses to Jamaica. But yet you're saying it's not no binding agreement. And it does not come into effect until the completion of agreed pre-implementation requirements, including the finalization of operational guidelines and procedures. It also does not create an automatic obligation for Jamaica to accept any individual and either country retains the ability to terminate the agreement or the arrangement whenever they see fit. Yeah, right. I don't know who's going to believe that, but terminate that agreement once you agree with America and them start sending them people there 25 per fortnight, 50 a month. Terminate randomly and see what happens. And you and I both know the only thing they have to say is all elected officials in Jamaica, their US visas and the US visas of their close family members will be cancelled. That's all they have to say. And you're right back on track. You know how I know? You know how I know? Because that's all them did have to say when time them did lay the smackdown about cutting ties with the Cuban medical teams. That's all they had to say. Elected officials and their family members. And that them did say. And I told my audience right here, I said, they're smart because they never said they would cut visa for Jamaican population. Why? Because they know that our elected officials don't give two shits both way. So if them did say them all cut visa for the Jamaican population, reduce how many of us could enter the US, that wouldn't change nothing for any of our elected officials because all them care about are themselves. So they would have been like, well, we still are keeping Cuban them around here because here what? I guess it means unless I don't know I go foreign. But me can go when me want to go. And my wife and my picnic them can go when them want to go. See, they know that. So that's why they said, let's go after them personally. Their visas and that of their close family members. That means your spouse and your kids. That is when them get drawn out by them pants belt and them say, all right, then we have to go do something, because hear them say they want to take away visa. And then they got to go home and listen to their spouse too. Harris, you better do something, Them say we visa, Harris. That means that we can't go up there. We can't go shopping again. That means that the children, them cannot go to school. They know where to hit you. So stop act like you're in control of this because you're not. For one, if it's in discussion, that means it's going to happen. You just have to soften the crowd to accept it first. It's already happening, sir. So your job to do now is to soften the crowd to accept it when it roll out. Because it's already happening. It's already happening. Once they thought about it and brought it to the table, then they can't come at the table. If you tell you, say that will happen. Them never come to ask your permission. So therefore, you're not in control. You own no control over this situation because you can't say, my Jamaican people don't like this, and I go off of what the people like because I was elected by the people to serve the people. So, yeah, I don't think this is a good fit for our island of Jamaica, and we won't be accepting it. You can't say that. And for the fact that you can't say that, you have no control over this whole thing. Therefore, all the information you've given us about how many is going to be coming, how fast they're going to be leaving, how the process is going to work, you don't know that. You don't know that. You're just softening up the crowd, giving us something to hope for. I hope I saw it go. That's the hope you're telling. I hope I saw it go. Well, I hope I saw it go too. He said that they were clear. He said, importantly, there will be no transfers until both countries have agreed on the required operational procedures for orderly implementation. Implementation only means at the beginning like that, starting. He also pointed out that the US would pick up the tab for all costs that are associated with the program, and individuals with criminal antecedents, they would not be accepted under the arrangement. Criminals with antecedents, individuals with criminal antecedents. individuals who are criminal, individuals that are documented criminals, individuals with a criminal rap sheet, a record, like the one them where rape and kill and pillage and plunder, you say you not accept none of those. So it's bare good people or soft targets you're going to accept them. We'll see. we'll see. Kind of like when time the pandemic thing and them did say them now send nobody where test positive and then them send one bag of people where they test positive. And you couldn't do nothing about it. You did have to treat them and keep them. You couldn't send them back. And you couldn't even cuss them out about it. Yeah. So yeah, not all of us saying slow. Now, this process has been approached carefully, he said, and deliberately with Jamaican national interest at the center. I don't think so, because if it was Jamaica, we wouldn't be involved in this. The government will continue to provide updates as appropriate, as implementation discussions progress, Chan said. In other words, stay tuned. We'll let you know more as more happens. Flo, you remember the Dodos episode? Yes, I remember the Dodos episode where they were concealing the business people and artists' visa. Bruce had to give him up. I just feel like they know a lot. They know a lot. And they can use a lot that they know. So somebody is compromised, so they have to play along. You know, either that or they also can flex their powers in a way which could be damaging. I really believe that at this point, they have the power to take out who is in power and put in who they want in power. That's the plan for Cuba, by the way. So I'm not talking foolishness. The President of the United States of America made it very clear that his goal is to take out who is in power and put in somebody who serves America's interest. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you better play game, because if you don't play game, you could be removed. Let's see somebody say, when they did see what happened over Haiti with freedom leader and the way he was taken out, there's a lot to be said here. There's a lot to unpack here. End of the day, we can't change them decisions that they have made because they have made their decisions. Without us, without our input, them just tell me what them do, and we are supposed to just accept it, and that is the way the cookie crumbles. With that said though, we'll keep our eyes on this because it looked very fishy for real. Everything is adding up. Everything is adding up. From the hurricane the other day, to them presence in the region, to the aisle sitting where happy and know which part them just go out, they go look and them tell we say, don't say nothing yet, don't get too excited yet. This is the preliminaries of us looking to see if we could find oil. And then them come back and say what? What did they come back and say to us? Oh, y'all not keeping up. They came back and said, yeah, it look like oil out there. It look like oil is out there off Jamaica shores. And then they pull up in a big vehicle. Can't even start drilling for the oil yet. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on. Moving parts to this. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, Flo.
Morning, family. What going on?
Why they actually out there?
Seeing a long time I don't hear from you, man.
Why the pressure at work, you know?
Why, I say, I wonder how we did say to him, the man get vexed and gone.
No, man. Why the self-employed, you know, and like construction field and things turn up big time, you know?
Well, you can't complain about that.
Hello?
Yeah, we're there. I can't hear you.
Yeah, man. Made up on the Bluetooth, man. When I have feedback, so I turn it on.
All right, when you say you're self-employed?
Yeah, man. I mean, at the construction field, and then you have jobs to deliver upon time, you know, so can't go listen, you know.
And And that me say you can't complain about that because you sound busy.
Very busy.
Yeah, give thanks. Give thanks. Because some
Yeah,
people
man.
unemployed,
Give that.
you know,
Yeah, man.
are not getting
So me take 5 minutes and 1 second.
say. All right.
You see when you can't stop by your 2 foot brethren
Yeah.
is a disadvantage. Because just like we in the Caribbean right now, when America say jump, you have to say, oh hi.
That is what it comes down to.
And them know that.
That's how it comes down to.
Yeah. Them know that.
Yeah.
Although we collectively, the population of Jamaica and the rest of Caribbean, we put ourselves in that predicament.
In a what way?
What I'm saying is that I remember when I was growing up in the 70s, I'm a little boy, and I started to understand the world. We had a prime minister in Jamaica, Manley. And the man said, boy, we feel sustain ourselves and depend for ourselves because the time going come when the man they go and dictate to we. And chicken come to roost. Yeah.
You know,
Chicken come to roost.
I actually saw that speech. So I wasn't around them time, but I saw the speech from Michael Manley that you are referring to, where he said exactly that. Yep. You
understand? He come to roost and come bite we. In our backside. You understand? And the pause that because well, I didn't think no right here, sir, but that's what the world going on where corrupt people who have power use it and use it to the advantage and disadvantage. They have not.
Yes, sir. No change.
Yeah. I remember when in the Dodo episode scene, I heard a prominent immigration lawyer in a listen immigration program, man named Brad Bernstein in practice out of New York. And he said the only 3 countries America cannot dictate to in this hemisphere was Canada, to a lesser extent Mexico, and Cuba. All of we have to play ball, the rest of Caribbean countries have to play ball.
And so said, so done.
Yeah, because I remember when it said, well, people said, no man, Bruce can't give up Dodos, man. And guess what? You have to give him up.
I had to give him up.
Yeah.
I had to give him up.
You understand? You know, brethren, why enjoy your time here? So I'm vexed, you know.
Man, as I respect my brother.
The last time I take a vacation, go out that 2023, you know. Yeah, and my worst schedule so dread was that I land back in New Jersey like about 11:30 the Tuesday night, the 5th December 2023. By 12:30, me in Pennsylvania, you know.
Man, work.
And I've been going like that non-stop, man.
Hey, you must do okay. So before you go, let me tell you this, because your time, you have 1 whole minute left by your time. So take that 1 minute to hear me. I put up a thing on a shots this morning where say, please remember to take your vacation, them, and please remember to slow down and live a little bit here, sir. Because I tell a story this morning about a woman who left Jamaica from back in the early 80s. And she worked at some hospital here for like 27 years or something like that. And, you know, there are other things around the place to get herself to where she was. And she achieved this dream of buying this nice piece of land and building this custom big old house. And 1 week before she was supposed to go to Jamaica, she got a massive stroke. And she could not even be transferred to Jamaica to live out her life in our big house because she don't have nobody there to take care of her. She had to stay here. So all the big house that she built down there and all the years of work she put in, she couldn't even get to live in it. So you are go like how you are go. You need to take a break. Take a break.
Man, for real, man. One of my customers want me have Saturday night, you know.
Take a break, brother.
Yeah, one of my customers is a school teacher Errol. Errol want me have Saturday night.
Yeah, work now gonna know, man. It kill whole heap of people. And if they have to kill even more, we come try outwork it. Take a break.
Yeah, man.
All right, sir.
I'll be safe in the endeavors here, sir.
Manners and respect, my brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a good time to transition over into another topic without beating this topic to death. We know now what is going on. Jamaica doesn't have a choice. Our leaders don't have a choice. We will be getting these people who the United States of America is throwing out. We call them deportees. They'll be sent to Jamaica, even though they have no links, no connections, no family roots, no nothing in connection with Jamaica. We will just have to wait to see how this is handled and then wait to hear what our leaders will tell us when everything starts to look like what it's not supposed to look like, which we predict will happen based on things that they've said. All right. Segue real quick before we get into our dancehall segment. And the dancehall segment this morning will be about Masicka. And Masicka doing big things. And somebody else name I got dropping at this. And it's not Vibes Cartel. It has to do with another artist along that line. But before me do that, you see all the hardworking people, them, even me myself, that message is for. Because me is a person that don't really sleep. Me roll up, me will stay up until 11 o'clock. And me go lay down. And me wake up back 2 o'clock. And me work out. And get right back to work. And do that all the way back till 10 o'clock at night again. Run, 11 o'clock at night again. And then, so I operate off like 3 hours of sleep every 24 hours, which your organs are going to be fried eventually. Brain scrambled, internal organs messed up, and I know. So when me tell Uno that, I'm telling myself that too. Take a break. Work is here, and the work is going to be here after you leave it. When you're dead and left it gone, it's still going to die at name work. It can't done. Take a break before it kill you. You're trying to live the best, healthiest life you can live and be here as long as you can be here in a healthy state. Take a break. Remember to take a break. I'm forcing myself nowadays to remember to just shut down everything and just go sit down around there. So just go outside, man. Just go sit down. Take off your clothes and just jump in the pool. Do something. Just relax. Drive go down to the beach and go sit down. And just listen to some waves roll in. Catch some sun in your skin. Something. But take a break. All that. And I have to be here and I have to be there. I've seen that lick down too many people. And then what's left of you? That story about that woman is very real. She was ready to go to Jamaica. She cleaned out our house here. She sold the property actually, and she was staying by a relative as she was packing up to leave. Cause all our stuff already shipped down to Jamaica. She had a massive stroke here. I had an auntie here who also that happened to on a closer level. My auntie was an RN, a registered nurse. Any double of this and double that, my auntie doing it. Nice house in Miami and everything like that. And she came home one day. I don't know what happened, but you know how you look in your eyes and you see the white part of your eye and then you see well, there was no white part in her eye. I just bloodshot red. They had to rush her to the hospital. They rushed her to the hospital. One whole heap of different diagnosis and everything. Our whole system just started going into turmoil, to include a stroke as well. So, yeah. Take a break here, man. You're only human. And it goes for me as much as it goes for you too. You are only a human being. You're not a machine. You're not make out of parts that are interchangeable. You have the one body to carry through this life. Take a break. Take a break. Yeah. Especially if you've been working and saving and all this. Some of us, it's like we can't accumulate enough. It's like I'm chasing this goal and then you reach it and you're like, well, all right, but me not satisfied no more want that one day. And then you reach it and you're like, well, me no want that need I come get it, so me want more now. Me I go. Y'all better take a damn break, because all that stuff that you chasing, you got dead left it. None of we not carrying, not one of what we see around we. Not one of what we have worked hard for, built, accumulated. None of it you not carry with you. Take a break. With that said, we're going to get into our dancehall segment. SouFlo, where are you now? Where am I now as in? We're going to get into our dancehall segment now. I want to shout out the artist Masicka. Masicka is about to perform at the Barclays. Remember when Vibes Cartel did the Barclays, I said he has now opened the gate. Because now it seems like all the years that he was gone, none of our artists ever thought that they could fill the Barclays, headline the Barclays, and do their own thing at the Barclays. It took a Vibes Cartel to come do it. And that's how it's always been. So, okay, now that he's done it, I said, who's next? And we had this discussion before, and I said, Alkaline next. Alkaline needs to go do the Barclays. And he did. I said, who else do you think can fill that Barclays? Has a fan base big enough and enough thick to can fill the Barclays? Because you have to have power, you know. Masicka. I said Masicka should be next. Remember the other day when Masicka was going at Vibes Cartel and he was trying to get Cartel to war him, and Cartel never answered him because Tommy Lee run out. You know, a bunch of people run out. But it was mainly Tommy Lee that was holding him off, and I said, yo, you have to chill. I said, you can't jump, skip the line and go all the way up there. So World Boss and you not on the same level. War somebody else. Masicka has announced that he will be doing the Barclays on August 15th. So y'all can get ready for that. The Barclays is in Brooklyn, New York. That's going to be a turn up. August 15th. And you can save on the money for your tickets and all that. And then he's also dropping a new album as well. Who do the Barclays and drop album and all these things. He's definitely following in the footsteps of not just Cartel, but Alkaline come do it right after Cartel. Now, the conversation now subtracts Vibes Cartel from it and adds only Masicka and Alkaline. As a dancehall connoisseur, I have said, Alkaline is Masicka's competition. I remember when Alka did have the swing of things, and basically he was like looking at Masicka like a nobody, like, you're puny, you know, you're a small artist, you're down there, so you have to put in some more work and reach up yourself first. Well, Masicka has become a giant in his own right. So Alkaline can no longer say, him not there on my level, so I don't have to answer him or nothing like that. Here we go on, people. What's going on here is the competition is supposed to be between, and I know somebody is going to say, why they have to go against each other though? Because that's dancehall. Because that has always been dancehall. Because at that time the place get nice. Because that's how iron sharpen iron. Because you can't walk around saying you're the best at anything, but you're afraid to be challenged by those who are considered to be some of the best. So if you are going to say you are the best at them, then you have to go make it seen and known that you are the best of them. Word of mouth alone don't win in dancehall. You self-praise don't win in dancehall. That's the history of dancehall. The Bounty Killer them, the Beanie Man them, the Merciless them, the Ninja Man them, the Vibes Cartel them. Those are giants. Those are all people who fought for, literally, for to be called or considered that. So you can't just come and just, you just release music. If I release, you're going to release music and you just want to be an artist, just do that. But anytime you put yourself in a fight or a top, or you're a top contender and you are the best, and you have to go fight. You have to go fight. You can't jump in the ring with fighters and you don't want to fight. The fight right now would be Alkaline and Masicka. And I know I was saying before, I feel like, say, Masicka afraid of Alkaline because he won't call his name for nothing. But this morning, I think about it as I was putting this together, and so I got announced that Masicka will be at the Barclays on August 15th. I say, look like Alkaline afraid of Masicka too, man. You know when two people afraid of each other, so them just stay away. Them just stay away from each other. That's how I go on. That is what I see. Now, the two of them afraid of each other. New kings must rise. New kings must establish their dominance in the genre. That means a war have to go on. Alka afraid of Masicka, and Masicka afraid of Alkaline. And that me gonna end this. And that me gonna end this one. Alkaline afraid of Masicka, and Masicka afraid of Alkaline. It's a dancehall thing. Two good artists, but them afraid. Yeah. They'll go after people who they consider to be weaker, but may I tell you, Masicka not go after Alkaline, and Alkaline not going after Masicka. Masicka is firing on all cylinders right now. The only thing about him that I think him blight up himself with the other day is that situation. If you don't know, you don't know, because this ain't for you then. I may talk to my dancehall crowd. Him blight up himself with what he did the other day. And that come back to haunt him. Because if you notice, I don't see him kicking current-wise as he was just months ago. But he'll be all right. He'll be all right. That's how I want to see. It's a Masicka versus Alkaline thing. That's all we have to talk about this morning. I don't want to go any further because I don't want to cloud up the space. We discussed in depth Jamaica taking in these deportees that the United States of America is sending to Jamaica. We talked about how the Jamaican government does not have a choice, even though they have to make it look like they have a choice, but they don't. And we'll wait to see how this situation will be handled, what will become of it, and how our beautiful little island will be affected by this. I'll close this video like this. For the people them who are going to be sent to Jamaica, me already know say if them send any good-looking woman and she decides to stay and make life in Jamaica, she won't have a shortage of finding man. That's for sure. Any criminal element who is not a Jamaican that is sent to Jamaica and decides to stay there and leech upon the people, you're going dead quick. You're going to learn Jamaica. Only for our bad man them dead quick. I mean say you are going dead quick too. I just don't want them send with no diseases. And I don't want them send with no reckless people who come hurt any of our good people them. That's that. But it's out of our control. So we'll wait to see. We're going to leave it right here, so. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. I'm going to work and see if I can fix this thing behind me so that we can have a nice backdrop. The goal is to put up a nice picture of our beautiful island of Jamaica behind us, to remind someone to visit if you've never been, and remind others to go or return if you have been, all right, on a daily basis. Walk good. Be good. Like my granny Miss Ruby said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And like my grandfather, Mas Clevey, said all the time, I will see you tomorrow if God spare life. All right?